there is a hidden law that governs much of life's outcomes, the law of reverse effort. The harder you strain, the further your goal seems to slip away. When you clutch too tightly, energy scatters and imbalance sets in. Retention embodies the opposite principle. By holding your energy instead of chasing endless release, you align with the natural current of life. The body steadies, the mind calms, and opportunities flow without being forced. In this state, you no longer push desperately against reality, but allow it to carry you forward. Retention becomes proof that the universe rewards balance rather than exhaustion. The more lightly you hold your ambitions, the more freely the results appear. Peak retention unlocks faculties within you that are rarely accessed in ordinary living. The brain sharpens, awareness heightens, and a kind of inner frequency begins to hum. Some call it divine, because it feels as though your thoughts and actions are suddenly supported by something greater. The energy that would have been lost becomes fuel for clarity, presence, and inspired action. At this stage, life responds differently to you. What once required force now unfolds naturally, and your environment mirrors your internal strength. Retention shows you that when your energy is aligned, the universe does not resist you. It moves with you, amplifying every step you take. Section 1: Vibrational Alignment. Every thought you think and every emotion you feel carries a vibration. This is not philosophy alone, but a reflection of how your nervous system, hormones, and brainwaves broadcast your internal state outward. When your energy is unstable, you radiate confusion and attract chaos. When it is steady, you radiate clarity and attract order. The law of attraction is built on this principle. What you send out is what returns to you. If your mind is locked in lust, depletion, or distraction, the frequency you emit is low, and life mirrors that back through missed chances, unstable relationships, and wasted effort. Retention interrupts this cycle of low vibration. By holding onto your core energy, you stop scattering yourself across impulses. The body responds with stability, the mind with focus, and the spirit with quiet strength. Slowly the static clears and your frequency rises. Instead of being pulled into desires that weaken you, you stand rooted in clarity and purpose. The energy field around you begins to stabilize, and in that stability, new experiences find their way to you. It is not magic, it is resonance. You become the signal that calls in opportunities tuned to the same frequency. This shift is powerful because it repositions you in life's field of possibilities. Think of a tuning fork. When struck, it vibrates and makes any object of the same pitch vibrate with it. Retention turns you into that tuning fork. Your higher state resonates with people, ideas, and circumstances that match it. Suddenly, you cross paths with those who share your vision. Unexpected doors open, not because you forced them, but because your frequency aligned with the outcome. When you vibrate higher, you cannot help but attract situations that sustain and amplify that energy. The psychological side of this is equally striking. Retention reduces the chemical spikes of constant release, which often trap people in cycles of craving and emptiness. By stabilizing dopamine and balancing the nervous system, your inner world steadies, and this steadiness projects outward. People feel it before they understand it. They sense your calm, your control, and your quiet magnetism. The more stable you become, the more others respond to you, often without knowing why. They are simply attuned to the field you radiate. This is why retention not only transforms you internally, but alters how the universe interacts with you. At its peak, vibrational alignment through retention makes life feel synchronistic. Opportunities flow, timing feels perfect, and resistance fades. You begin to realize that the universe favors those who stabilize their energy and raise their frequency. Retention is not just about preserving physical force, it is about recalibrating the very frequency you emit. In this higher state, the law of attraction works in your favor, because you have become aligned with clarity, focus, and purpose. The universe has no choice but to mirror that back, amplifying your path and guiding you toward what was waiting all along. Section 2. Flow of events. When energy is constantly leaking, awareness becomes dull. You move through life in a fog, unable to see the opportunities that pass right in front of you. But the moment you begin to conserve that energy, everything sharpens. The world feels different, clearer, almost as if the background noise has been turned down. You start noticing connections you would have overlooked before. Subtle details stand out, and life no longer feels random. It feels guided. This sharpened awareness is the first sign that retention is doing more than affecting your body. It is recalibrating the way you interact with reality itself. With this clarity, coincidences stop looking accidental. Patterns begin to reveal themselves. You think of a person and they call you. You focus on a goal and the right opportunity shows up within days. It feels uncanny, yet the explanation is rooted in energy. By conserving your vital force, you align your internal rhythm with the external flow of events. This creates synchronicity, a phenomenon Carl Jung described as meaningful coincidence. The difference is that now you are tuned in enough to notice. Your energy is no longer scattered, so you see the design behind what others dismiss as chance. Retention proves its power in these moments of perfect timing. Doors that were once closed begin to open without you forcing them. The job offer comes when you stop chasing desperately. The mentor appears right as you are ready to learn. Even obstacles begin to shift in your favor, not because the world suddenly changed, but because your state changed. The energy conserved within you alters how you show up, and the universe mirrors that presence back. Each coincidence becomes confirmation that holding onto your energy is not only natural but magnetic. Biology provides its own reasoning. When your dopamine system is balanced and your nervous system steady, your mind is no longer distracted by cravings or scattered impulses. This frees your attention to lock onto the cues that matter. You see connections others miss, and your intuition sharpens into a guiding force. These biological shifts give birth to psychological confidence, which in turn influences your behavior. The result is a chain reaction where retention does not just create synchronicity. It makes you act in ways that align with it, amplifying the effect even further. Over time, the flow of events becomes impossible to ignore. You feel as though life is conspiring to help you, arranging circumstances with precision. This is the gift of retention. It aligns your internal state with the timing of the universe. Instead of fighting against events or chasing outcomes, you move with them. What once felt difficult now feels inevitable, as if the path was always waiting for you to claim it. The synchronicities multiply, and each one reminds you that conserving energy is more than discipline. It is proof that the universe favors those who align with its rhythm. Section 3. Magnetic polarity. The masculine principle has always been tied to stillness, direction, and order. It is the pole that holds firm, the foundation that provides clarity and strength. Retention embodies this principle in its purest form. By holding your energy, you stop scattering yourself into chaos and instead root yourself in stability. Your mind steadies, your focus sharpens, and your presence becomes undeniable. This is not aggression or force, it is grounded certainty. In a world filled with distraction and disorder, that certainty becomes magnetic. People sense it without words, and life begins to move in response to it. When you stand in this polarity, the world provides its counterpart. The feminine aspect of the universe, flow, abundance, creativity, responds to the anchor you have become. The dance between masculine and feminine has existed since the beginning of time, a balance written into the structure of nature itself. Water moves because the riverbed holds it. Wind carries seeds because the soil receives them. In the same way, when you conserve your energy, you embody the masculine pole, and the feminine energy of life rushes to meet you. Opportunities, relationships, and synchronicities appear as if pulled into orbit around you.